What's up, guys? It is Micah Machine here, and I got my glasses on because I'm going to be talking about success today. Also, I just like to wear them sometimes when I drive, more like when I remember that I even own them, because it helps me see better. But I'm going to make this video in order to pretty much lay out my plan for success and talk a little bit about what I've already accomplished in my life that I am proud of and that has hugely affected what I'm doing now and what I've learned from it in order to make my next plan for a further step in order to reach success, or what I consider a successful state. Obviously, success will continue to grow as you go on in life, and success is always going to be a matter of perspective. Somebody without a house is going to look at somebody with a job and a home as somebody who is successful, to where a millionaire will look at somebody who's just in the middle class as, maybe not as successful, and vice versa. They'll look at them as successful, to where a millionaire will actually look at a billionaire as somebody successful. And it just continues to go as far as perspective is. So it's kind of hard to say that, but I do have my own vision of success, which is super important. And I also want to hold myself accountable and be able to look back onto this video and remind myself whenever I get discouraged that this is why I'm doing it. And that's what I got, what I got to keep positive for, what I got to keep in mind, this type of mindset that I have at this moment and have had for a while. Because things are going to happen. You're going to mess up, and things might not go your way at all, and you're going to have to readjust and, replan and take action again. But the point is, you have to act again. You cannot give up. If you give up, you've completely diminished your ability of success by 100%. You will not succeed if you give up. So you have to continue to fight, and eventually you will get there. And I also want to put this video out there for people who, you usually only see people giving their, testimony after they've become successful, after they've already become very known or have made a lot of money off of what they're doing. So I want to have something before, during, and after all of this. And also, like I said, something to look back onto for myself. And hopefully this can help you guys, give you a little bit of confidence, or maybe information, or maybe just that nudge you needed to make that decision to act, and to act on your plan of success. So you're gonna need a few tools in order to be successful. And the first thing is a vision. That's the first tool you're gonna need. And that is, you have to visualize, and clearly visualize. The clearer your vision is, the easier it's gonna help you through the obstacles you're gonna go through in life, or go through in your journey to be successful. So you have to really understand why and what you want to do. You have to drop that vision. And it may be a couple of visions. I have a lot of visions for different things that I want to be successful on. They all do work in with each other, which I've designed it that way. That's where the second part comes in, which is a plan. That is the second tool you're going to need. You're going to need a plan in order to be successful. And the first thing I would say is, after you visualize what you want, the first step to your plan is to decide what can you do right now to go into that direction of being closer to your goal. And it may be super small. It may be as small as just getting on and making vlogs every day, like I'm doing. It could be as small as picking up your guitar or your instrument and starting to become better at it, or become better at your sport today. Go to the gym, learn a little bit, open a book and educate yourself. All these things are going to play into your success. So what can you do right now? Do that, and then continue to create goals each day that you're going to do. Just a little bit towards your goal is going to get you that much closer than you were the day before. So that's the mindset you have to have. Small steps. You have to lay the groundwork before you can build a building. You have to put the foundation in. You have to do the landscaping, in fact, before, you have to do the architecture. You have to have the vision before you can even start to do the landscaping, before you can do the foundation, before you can start to do the framing and then put everything in. You know, you can't start getting people lined up to do your roof when you don't even have the plans drawn up. So that's what I'm saying, is you have to start, and start small. Don't feel like you need to just go all out at once. And if you're not going to be successful in a month, then it's not worth it. Okay. A lot of people, it takes years before they even see a little bit of payoff from what they're doing. And it's just consistency. You have to be consistent. For me, I've literally written what my plan is, what I want to have done, within a time limit too, what I want to have done within this certain amount of time, and I'm going that way. So I want to talk about also what I have done. So I started from absolutely nothing. I went away from where I was. My brother and I owned our own business here in Oregon, and it was through the recession kind of, and we worked so much and barely made enough to live. We had an apartment, we had some stuff, we had our band, we weren't making enough to do our album, which is what we were in the middle of recording at the time. And so we tried a bunch of things. We did firefighting, and then we finally, we thought, screw it, we're going to North Dakota. And we've been looking into it for a long time. Somebody out there that we had fought fires with called my brother and said, hey man, it's booming, come now. So we left 3 days later, threw away everything we owned, everything we had. All we took with was what we could carry with us in a car, and the very important valuables that we needed. And we moved on from there, and we never looked back. I mean, I didn't even own a car. I drove up with my buddy, Zach Beers, shout out, and my brother, Brennan Ostrander, and we drove out, and my buddy Zach had a car, and my brother had a dinky little truck. They're both just really shitty bangers, and nobody owns them, and they're gone now. But that's what we drove out, and we slept in our car. We had nowhere to stay. We had no job. We had nothing. We had no parents, nobody to run to, no couch to rely on, no friends to rely on. We went out there with absolutely nothing, homeless. We stayed in some weird areas, some weird places, man. We saw some pretty fucked up shit a lot. And we worked job to job till we finally got a job that put us in a nice place to live. We had work apartments, company apartments that we got to stay in, and we made a lot of money. And we saved that up, and we were able to come back and continue our album, and we were able to buy our homes. That was another goal of mine. At 18 years old, I wanted to be looking for a house at 21, by 21, and I did it by 20. I started looking for a home by 20. I don't have one yet. My brother got his. And the more I look into it, the more specific I want to be towards this house, my first home, so then I could be perfect and I can make money out of it right away and move on to the next one. I want to start doing rentals. And I'm there. I have the money. I have the loan. I have everything I need. I have the connections for a lot of stuff. I went out and I bought a lot of things to get other companies started, screen printers, clothing. I went out, bought Adobe software, got better at my art. I created logos. I've created clothing designs. I do this constantly with the band and with my separate company, which is Boneware, Pangeric Boneware. And the band is called Pangeric, if you want to look that up. We have it on Facebook with the band. I don't have any real social media coverage with my Boneware stuff, but I do have a lot of shirts that I wear. But yeah, check that out if you want. And I just want to say that for other people, man, just get started. Just start somewhere. You got to start small to get anywhere. And don't feel discouraged. Don't be afraid. Take that risk. Invest in yourself. See, I work my day job, and I put all that money right back into myself. I work, and then I go to work. It just so happens to be that the work that I do separate from my day job are my hobbies. It's things that I love, so I'm never upset about it. I fill my day with work. I don't go out and buy a bunch of booze or toys or anything. Everything has to do with something to get me closer towards my goal. And you have to put that dedication in there. You have to have patience, which is another tool you're going to need. And then something that's going to help you a lot is confidence, because people are going to put you down and they're going to try to tell you you're stupid and you're weird and you're wrong. Why don't you just go the easy route? But don't give up. And like I said, the stronger your vision is, the better it's going to help you through those bad times, through those hard times, through those obstacles you're going to deal with people who don't believe in you, naysayers, haters. There's going to be so many haters for anybody trying to rise. There's going to be hundreds of people trying to hold you down. It's just the way it is, guys. But stay strong, stay happy, and stay healthy. And that is it for me. I hope this video helped you. Let's make and meet our goals together, guys. You watch these videos, you help me make my goal, and I hope the information in this video helps you meet your goals or even make your goals. And subscribe if you like the video. It helps me a lot. Peace.